Welcome back to the second half of the Bobby Dupre Show and my sidekick, Andrew. Good morning
good
again.
Morning. Feeling
and,
good.
Of course, as we try to mention every week, one time at least, we are filming the show on Wednesday, so sometimes we talk about certain things like the LSU Eunice baseball team is playing this afternoon. They lost their first game and now they're in the losers bracket, but they came back and won their second game.
It was a close game.
And Wednesday afternoon, they're playing again.
By the time you see us on TV, we'll know if they've advanced.
If they've advanced.
But I have to tell you, great team. Coach Willis is just a great guy.
Close
the whole
to 55
community.
wins, 5 losses all year long.
One of the best seasons in college baseball history. I mean, they are lighting up. If you get a chance to go to LSUE and visit Coach Willis and go look around the facility is second to none. I'll tell you, when I went to LSU in Baton Rouge, baseball didn't have as nice a facility as they have now at LSUE at this point. I mean, the community's come together to help.
And what impressed me with the day that we went there, and it just happened, the baseball players on the team, they manicure the field. They take care of the field themselves. I guess that's kind of to help pay their way. They must get I guess they get a scholarship of some kind.
Right, I think a little scholarship and I guess a little stipend to help. But what also impressed me is they didn't put on their old clothes, their old work clothes. They put on their uniform to mow the grass.
Because they were going to be practicing after that.
And then representing the school. So when you went by, you saw them in uniform, so you knew it was the players that were maintaining the field. So very impressive. No matter how the year ends up, congratulations for them as well as they've done so far.
Something that has, I guess, all of the world praying for the family is the young lady, Mickey Schernick, from over in the Lafayette area, who's been missing now for close to going on 2 weeks. And the bicycle was found along the Atchafalaya River Bridge, I-10, underneath the bridge there.
At Whiskey Bay.
At Whiskey Bay, right outside of Bro Bridge and Lafayette, for that matter. And of course, that took a lot of the wind out of the search. But there's this group out of Texas.
Equus, I think is what they call themselves.
They come in and they help organize local, and the local volunteers are still out there searching. Just any type of clue that if you happen to have been riding around and saw anything that night, and there's 3 different vehicles they're showing you on television. If you saw any of those kind of late that night, maybe not at 2 o'clock, it might have been midnight or something in that area, and you saw one of those, please report. Any little bit of information can lead to another bit of more important.
Exactly how the bike was found. A little bit of the bike was sticking up out of the water, and these fishermen have seen on television, have seen on social media, with Facebook, with YouTube. They saw a little bit of information and they came forward. So if you see something that you're not sure, call anyway. Let the cops decide.
And keep the friends and the family in your prayers. And
what else? How about a sponsor? Let's go.
And I might add, I've been saving all of the articles, and it's just amazing at the amount of people, the amount of interest. And where I went in Bossier City, they were asking me about it. They were asking me about it in Venice during the weekend. They've all heard about it on the news media, and like you said, the socials.
Seen the help signs in Lafayette, the Lake Charles, all over the state. Everyone's putting them up, so keep your eyes open. Piggly Wiggly, all your grocery needs. They've got some locations in Simsport and 2 Annapolis, and this weekend they've got fryer thighs or drumsticks at 99 cents a pound in the family pack. They've got sirloin in pork chops, 99 cents a pound. Fresh ripe tomatoes on the vine, 99 cents a pound, and baking hens, 99 cents a pound. The pig knows best. Go buy. Those prices are good through June the 5th. One more sponsor, Carl's Thrifty Way. If you're going to get some medicine, your medicinal needs, Carl's Thrifty Way can help you out. Everything from your prescriptions, if you're looking for over-the-counter type medication as well. They've got gifts there. They've got home decorating ideas. They do monogramming, gift wrapping. Right now, you know, maybe you didn't get that graduation present for one of the nephews and nieces in the family, and you're trying to scramble to get a couple things together. It's not too late to get those presents. Go by Carl's Thrifty Way and pick them up.
talking about the race horses a little bit earlier, on Thursday over at Louisiana Downs, again, we have one of the 11 horses we purchased, the syndicate purchased. I'm in racing.
Yeah.
The horse's name that's going to be running Thursday is I'm in to Shine. Nice big, that's the biggest one of the group. Fine looking. He's going to be running on a 5 furlong race on the turf. And that's going to be Thursday afternoon. So those of you who go to the races and you listen to the program, kind of look and watch this horse either at one of the off-track betting, or if you're up in Bossier City, good enough, or on your computer at home or at work. And then Friday night we have, I think it's I'm in a Hurry, possibly, but all of them is I'm
in something,
and another name or two in the back of it. But it's easy to spot the 11 horses that we purchased.
And y'all don't have any running in the Belmont?
Not yet, but that's what our goal is.
Right, to work up that high. And
talking about the Belmont,
what, a week from this Saturday?
Yeah, Mr. O'Neill, the trainer of I'll Have Another.
I'll Have Another.
I'll Have Another. And it's about his cookies that his wife offers him at night.
Yeah.
But, while he's reading a newspaper, watching television, and he has a saying of "I'll have another," and when they name the horse, you never know.
It's about cookies.
It's about cookies. So, and he's buying a lot of cookies.
But anytime I've been out with somebody says I'll have another, it's never about cookies. It's usually about another adult libation.
Yeah, that is correct. Good point, sir. And anyhow. He is the trainer. Had an ongoing issue with a drug that was found in excessive amount in one of his horses in California, and that case came up, I guess, last week in front of the California Racing Commission. And for that, he's got a suspension, I think, of 6 months. But it's not going to start till July the 1st, I think it is. And let me explain to you all how big this suspension is. This suspension does not just take place in California. It's everywhere he races, any racetrack in North America. It pertains. They cannot race. So generally they have an assistant that can keep the horse thing together. But they didn't want to interfere with his big race next Saturday in the Belmont, because he has an opportunity to win, which no horse has won since 1978, I think it is, Affirmed is the last horse to win. And it's so strange, in that 70s, there were 3 of them that won the Triple Crown, and none
it had been
since
20, 30
then.
years prior to that. The one that broke through was
it Secretariat?
Yep. Yes, that's you know me, I'm a Secretariat fan. But they didn't find the trainer guilty of as much as they were trying to get him for. They just basically found him guilty that they couldn't prove he was the one involved, but they proved that somebody in the barn evidently had done something wrong, and you're still liable. I mean, that's
what I wanted. That's another good point. Let me explain to you. Even though he might have been in another case, well, it happened when I was on the Racing Commission during Ms. Blanco's governorship term. She had appointed me to the Racing Commission, and we had a
very well-known trainer at that time had got caught.
Well, he's still top-notch trainer in the United States. For about 5 years out of 6, a couple of years back, he had won the most races in the United States, and he's still one of the leading. And I'm talking about Steve Asmussen. One of his horses came up with a high test, a bad test, as they refer to it in the racing industry, here in Louisiana. And he came before us, and it came for what we call a trial, sworn in and everything else. And as soon as it got started, he and his attorney conferred, and they just pleaded guilty, and we gave him a 6-month suspension. Now, that's when I learned just how big that suspension wasn't just for Louisiana.
Everybody recognizes.
Every state recognizes this, and Canada and Mexico. And so it's a very big.
It parks them a while.
It parks them a while, and of course he also paid a fine.
But his thing was very similar. He wasn't where the problem happened.
He was not where the problem happened.
But someone who worked for him did something incorrectly, and so he's the guy who's liable.
He is responsible for anything that happens to that animal.
Right.
And so keep those little things in mind. It's a our industry, the horse racing industry, is a lot more protected,
policed
than what most people are aware. And of course, the gambling and the off-track betting and all the other ways you can bet your money today,
that puts pressure to make sure
a lot of pressure on our industry, so that when they're reading that form and they see this, that's the horse that's running, and he's running free, and he's also examined the day of the race. Most horses have to go through an inspection to make sure that they have no apparent injuries. And when you see some horses that are scratched at the last minute, that's generally the vet of the track. That scratches that horse.
Wasn't convinced
we had a
was right.
big problem last year. This guy was scratching
too many.
Too many, and well, he's not here anymore. We'll talk, but we're not saying he was wrong.
Right.
We're just saying he's not here anymore.
Right.
Anyhow, I hope we've given you a little bit of lesson.
A little education about the horse racing industry. And don't forget, when you run 20 horses at the Kentucky Derby, everybody else is putting pressure to make sure everybody else is clean, because they want, they got their horse, they're trying to follow the rules, they don't want some other guy sneaking ahead. So competition is good. What else do you have to? Dixie Storage, all your storage needs, personal and commercial, throughout St. Leonard Parish. It's not the place to put your horse, but you can put your tack in one of their buildings over at Dixie Storage. They'll take care of all that for you. Maybe you're a big-time horseman where you're bringing in all kind of tack from all over the country. They can unload it off the railroad for you with forklifts. They can do that for you as well. They can put it all over the parish. They got climate control to keep that saddle nice and cold, so that good leather don't get split from being out there and too humid. They got some nice units for that as well. They got loading docks to back up the whole big 18-wheeler. Maybe you want to keep your horse trailer inside. They got warehouses that big.
Oh, and these horse trailers have sleeping quarters in them.
Sure,
you want to keep that really nice and clean.
That's right.
And keep it from all the leather cracking and
That's
everything.
right, and they got A+ Glass. Their sister company does glass work over on University, and over here in Annapolis as well, it does personal and commercial glass, so they can change that good windshield in your big fifth-wheeler truck that's hauling those trailers from track to track. See, we tied a horse racing together with the storage, Dixie Storage.
Okay, what about a couple of pictures?
Oh, I can do that too. Let's go.
Okay.
How about this?
And that's Noel right here.
No, that's Fred.
No, that's Fred. I'm sorry, the
Good
brother.
Morning, Fred.
Good morning, Fred, the brother. And that would be, I guess, that would be an amberjack. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Fred Dunal.
Yep.
And there he is again.
The little young kid is Fred's nephew, and Carson. And boy, you talk about an 8-year-old, almost 9. Now he was quick to tell us he was almost 9. And very, very interesting, updated. I mean, he's a little helper around the camp. Thank you, Carson, for being here. Here's Albert, the fish cleaner. And that was the catch that Fred and Noel had on the day, that would have been Saturday. And then we went fishing with Noel on Sunday.
KSLO will see you on the other side at 3. So you got somebody to clean the fish for you?
Oh,
you don't have
yes.
to worry about
And let me tell you, he's like a surgeon with that knife.
And that's not an electric knife, that's a regular knife.
Oh, no, he uses a regular knife. And I complimented him. I said, you could operate on me. You're as good as most surgeons that I know of.
There you go.
And I might add, he's getting married next month, and I want to wish him nothing but success in his new marriage.
And there they are. They're working on the fish themselves. And look at that. Well, some fried fish.
Fish, fried oysters, everything you want. Then we grilled some of that amberjack that night. And that's Keith Kennedy. That's the...
Look at this puppy.
It's his camp we working out of it. The building belongs to Noel, but...
what's he got, a beagle?
No, it's a beautiful dog. Yeah. I don't know what kind. I'm not a big dog lover.
They are looking at the sunset again down in Venice.
Yep, and he's Captain Keith Kennedy, I might add.
There you go. Boy,
and here we are.